Welcome to ThinkTech on OC16, Hawaii's weekly newscast on things that matter to tech and to Hawaii. I'm Donna Blanchard.
And I'm Jay Fidell.
On our program this time, we'll go for a day trip to West Hawaii on the Big Island and visit some of the public schools there.
We were lucky enough to have a tour with Art Souza, superintendent of the West Hawaii Complex Area Schools.
We took an early flight from Honolulu to Kona. It was a beautiful morning. We met Art Souza and Elijah, a senior from Kealakehe High School at Kona Airport.
The first school we visited was Kohala High School, where we met and took a tour with the principal, Janette Snelling.
Kohala High School is a small rural school. We have at the present time 266 kids from 9th through 12th grade. We pride ourselves in having a large percentage of students going on to higher education. What we'd like to do is implement programs that make them even more college and career ready. And the program that you came here to talk about was designed so that we could give our kids circumstances to put them in the best position possible when they leave us. A 4-week cycle of teachers coming out of the classroom, working with our instructional coaches on strategies and learning about the unique cultural preferences of our students. We target Native Hawaiian because we have such a large percentage of Native Hawaiian students, but those best practice strategies go across all lines of ethnicities. Intensive planning in those 4 weeks, they return to the classroom and implement those strategies to see how well they work with their students.
The magic happens in the classroom, and if we invest in our teachers and we really give our teachers all the tools, the training needed, the way of thinking differently, then it's going to be different for the kids. And then the second thought for me is that this resonates so strongly with where we're going as a nation in terms of the mentality around Common Core, which is to develop classrooms that are based in inquiry and deep thinking. And that's what this grant does. And as Janette has explained, it's a reflective process where it asks the teachers to think consciously about their practice.
The overwhelming feedback has been about just the power of the cultural change within the staff. You know, how they look at teaching.
What do you think of this school? What do you think of Janette?
Well, you better turn that off.
I think the challenges for the small rural high schools are pronounced. We don't have the availability of a lot of offerings. And you can do so much over with technology. You can do distance learning, but that doesn't get to the heart of the learning that Janette is creating. So I think I value what she's doing because everything is value added to make this school as enriched as possible. The more we allow teachers to make their practice visible, the more we allow teachers to visit each other's classrooms, to learn from each other, to teach, to create lessons in community, the better we're going to be.
This garden was put in over Christmas through student volunteers. And so we're kind of working on that area also. And then you'll come around the corner and you'll see a mural that was developed with an artist, Patrick Ching, worked with our students to create that.
So we'll be going into a 10th grade English class. Katie Lambeth is the inclusion teacher, and Jessica Brown in the red is the English teacher.
We just finished our Antigone unit, and so this is kind of their last final assessment. It's called a hot seat, and so the kids have all come up with questions, and they each got a character to play. And so the character goes into the hot seat, and the kids all ask them questions, and they have to stay in character the entire time. Antigone.
Oh, Antigone.
Yeah, the play by Sophocles. Yeah.
Antigone in Kohala.
Yeah. Antigone.
We can do this.
A lot of these students are either family friends, cousins, nieces, nephews, so I've known a lot of these students from when they were pretty much born.
And my dad used to be the principal here, so like me and Cherie, we grew up here together, graduated from the same school, so went same class. So now we are kind of giving back to our school.
I'm the special education teacher in the regular school year of the inclusion class, and so I work with all of the kids. I do the specialized instruction for the kids receiving special ed services in the class.
So at first, right, you heard Creon's decree, and you knew that if you buried your brother's body, that you were going to die. And so I'm asking if it was a lapse in judgment, like if it was, because now you're really freaked out.
We started off by drawing the picture first, and then we filled it out with like solid colors.
Can you tell them what you're going to be studying next year? Where are you going?
Business. I'm studying business. I want to open up my own shop.
What kind of shop?
Clothing company.
My SLO next year is going to be academic and content vocabulary, so I found a unit and now I'm typing it all into PowerPoint so I can put it up for the kids to see.
I am working on a tracking sheet for the students because one of our goals is student self-assessment so that they can see where they're at.
The podium over there was built in like 1971, just the stone foundation of it, with the idea that it would be a welcoming podium for people to come and learn a little bit about the school. But a lack of funding and resources left it undone. This past year, one of the alumni came back and spearheaded that project, and it's beautiful.
Kohala Elementary School is right across the high school. We walked over and met the principal, Danny Garcia.
I don't think that we need to pay teachers necessarily a whole lot more, but I think we have to do something to enrich their lives and enrich them as professionals. And that's what is encouraging to me about doing work around that instructional leadership teams process and the Pilia Pa'a grant.
What experience are our children having at school when they think about school while they're in school? Number one, character. So when our students come here, Pono, our Pono program, based on the Hawaiian value of Pono, being good. I got kindergartners. If they remember that being Pono is being good, that's it. Of course, the academics. Making sure we start with teacher leaders who lead their grade level. We have 6 grades, kindergarten through 5th, and starting with the team philosophy. 3 teachers in each grade level. I want 3 teachers who are going to collaborate. They're going to communicate. They're going to investigate the best practice that's out there. Math and reading, absolutely critical. Literacy. However, PE, art, music, garden, theater. Here, our philosophy is create an experience where the students will thrive. 90% of the children in elementary school age are here, 410 of them. So they're getting one curriculum, one school, one culture. The artists who did this piece of work, Sean Brown, Kona International Airport, when you're making the U and there's a big warrior helmet, same artist. He came up with a poi pounder, because we have, we still have kalo in the garden, and it's actually 2 hands put together, not praying, but helping hands. This is Jane Lee. She is our Food Corps service member.
Food Corps is a national nonprofit that goes into schools and helps build and tend school gardens. And we are in 15 states, and this is our first year in Hawaii. We're just trying to instill a sense of wonder and curiosity and imagination. So don't forget, this Saturday, that's tomorrow, we have our last garden workday of the year. So today we're gonna do our 2-minute observation about a beautiful plant that you see in the garden. We're gonna draw this plant in a few minutes after our observation's over. So I want you to note, if it's a flower, how many petals? If it's not a flower, are there different colors within the leaves? Okay, your time is up. I want you to come around here and find a seat at a table.
So we got Kalo 4th grade project because Hawaiiana, the curriculum is Hawaiian culture. The first year we had 480 pounds of produce. This year we're close to surpassing 500. So this is the computer lab, and then that's where we have our morning broadcasts. Now we have 27, and so we do most of our testing in here. And for professional development, this is where we have our teacher when we go online.
This is where the technology for us and at our school, we want to really embrace all that it provides for the students. But then again, it's also something that we want to make sure that the students understand how it's a tool and it's just not an entertainment.
They're outdoor kids, so when we think about engagement and activities, we gotta think outdoors, hands-on projects. They cannot stay in the classroom all day.
Then we drove over the Kohala Mountains, one of the most beautiful places in Hawaii, to Waimea Elementary School, where we visited Cathy Bertelmenn.
Teaching the children, we also incorporate the parents participating in parent education and also parent and child time together, where they do activities here in the classroom, and also we take that activity home. This year we've opened it up to all children that are between the ages of 2 and 5. We've got 2 center-based programs, one here at Waimea and one at Honau. And for the younger children that don't get into our preschools, we have a home-based program. We operate 6 of those here on this island.
We're trying to help them learn their ABCs. We're trying to help them learn their numbers, as well as learning how to get along with each other. Their social and emotional development is just as important as learning their numbers and their letters. A couple of them have come in really low, but they've really made some high gains. And a couple of these kids, they're even past kindergarten age level. I have a student who knows how to read already. So they're all at various levels. Coral. Is this one over here? That's one of the things the fish need to live. Right there.
After lunch in Waimea, we drove along the mountain road from Waimea to Kealakehe High School in Kona.
So how do you feel, you guys, about finishing? I mean, of course you're going to say, oh, I'm happy to be finished. Do you feel like you're prepared?
I feel pretty prepared just because of the classes that I'm taking. I mean, I already know like what major I want. Not sure if I'm going to stick to it, but at least I get a glimpse of it.
This school has actually helped me a lot, helped my family and helped myself, not only like with academics, but also be able to get out of my comfort zone.
My senior year is when everything totally changed on me, like during my second quarter when we were looking through like job opportunities, and like one of the most not majored in majors was optometry. Now I'm gonna major in biology. We have great academic programs that lead you into college, or you can take college courses while still being in high school, and it's a great opportunity.
If there's something that you really want to do but are not really sure about it, just do it.
You want to be a doctor or anything, and someone's just like discouraging you, don't let that affect you. It's all up to you.
Be the change that you want to see. Matter, don't mind, and those who don't matter, don't mind. Wait, what is it? Those who matter. Those who don't matter.
There's a coach.
Oh, never mind. Don't use that one.
Is there like a theme song at the end? Like, you know how KWXX is like, KWXX?
Do me a favor and sing the Kealakehe theme song.
And the seeds all begin with the letter C. It's collaboration, conflict resolution, critical thinking, communication. And our partnership with Kealakehe High School and the Kealakehe Complex, what we're trying to do is work on parent workshops. One thing that struck Mr. Murakami and I is a portion that talked about if you wanted to change the lives of students, you also needed to change the experiences for parents. So we've developed a partnership with a community of parents, and we've been meeting with them, developing relationships, working relationships, and we're going to start a summer tutorial program that would include English language skills, writing skills, math skills. We're also going to have a cultural piece. I think it's important for all of our students and our parents to feel grounded in our community, and we want them to be highly participatory, so that it really boils down to relationship building. The Seeds of Peace project is just one example of the way that we're trying to build the bridges and do things differently.
Referencing the Seeds of Peace project that Sandy and I are taking lead on, part of that was because we had an incident here on this campus that made the national newswire, which resulted in the closing of school for a day. So we have a very diverse population here at Kealakekua High School. And as things will have it, our youngsters went from a level of kidding around to horseplay, to name calling, to insulting other people's ethnic backgrounds and their families, that on a particular day it erupted into 2 days of disruption. There was very little violence, a lot of emotion, and there were many students on both sides of the local versus the Micronesian issue that were helping to try and defray the fracas. Closing of school brought about the seriousness of this idea of bullying and tolerance. We were able to put together several focus groups, and what I personally found out is that there is this subculture that continues to suppress those who are less fortunate than others, whether because they're coming from somewhere else, or economically they're not as well off as others. We have a very moving tape that we made, a videotape that we made of students who were expressing how they felt as students in the classroom. You know, how it was very difficult for them to be made fun of and called, different names. And so as a result of that, just hearing them has caused them to be more friendly and be more open and see me in particular as an advocate. We developed a very comprehensive program that starts in the 9th grade. Every student is enrolled in a CEPA class, which stands for Citizenship and Ethical Philosophies / Advisory. It's meant to be a combination of a credit course with an advisor that stays with you the length of your high school career. And the idea here is to have students go through a metacognitive process of having a resume of works, a portfolio of works that is electronically driven, that they can reflect on year after year after year, and when they exit in 4 years, can take a look back as to how did they get where they are they career college ready, what is the evidence that they can present to wherever it is that they're going.
All in all, we were surprised and delighted with what we found in the schools of West Hawaii. The teachers and students we saw are doing well, keeping up, and building great relationships.
What's more is that we found these teachers noticeably passionate about their kids. They want to reinvent education for those kids and their families. It was inspiring to watch them work and see their commitment.
We came away with a really good feeling about what's going on in West Hawaii. Personal engagement is alive and well, giving us a well-adjusted generation of great kids and healthy communities.
As in Oahu, some of them will leave, but many of them will stay or come back. They really like life on the neighbor islands. They are a great resource, and we have to make a place for them. They, just as much as the kids on Oahu, are our future, the children of Hawaii.
In the shadows of the rising sun, a Mahuala lie. Majestically she stands upon the power, strength and might. Our memories will cherish, our future will prepare. Kealakekua, her name we proudly bear.
And now let's take a look at our ThinkTech calendar of events going forward.
ThinkTech broadcasts video and audio for all of our talk shows live on the internet from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. every weekday afternoon. If you missed a show or want to replay or share any show, they are archived on YouTube.
Visit ThinkTech Hawaii for our live stream and YouTube links, or to join our email list and get these links and advisories on our upcoming shows.
We also invite you to be a part of our live audience at our downtown studio in Pioneer Plaza. Contact jay@thinktechhawaii.com. Raise your awareness in every way on ThinkTech.
On Thursday, July 22nd, ThinkTech will join with the Hawaii Energy Policy Forum to present the Hawaii Clean Energy Day program for 2014, which will also be at the downtown Laniakea YWCA. You can sign up to attend this program on hawaiienergypolicy.hawaii.edu. And now, here's this week's ThinkTech commentary.
I'd like to talk about leadership. About 400 people follow me on Twitter. That does not mean that they would change careers or start selling off their gold if I told them to, but it does mean that in this world of information and communication, those people are looking at what I have to tweet about, what I have to say. Whether trivial comic observation or deep commentary, it gets in front of people. And the people I follow on Twitter, my Facebook friends, news feeds I choose to read, radio programs I listen to, news I watch, and people I talk with all shape my world and inform my decisions. I may not be led in the strictest terms by these, but I am governed by the information I allow to flow across my consciousness. And so are you. Our worlds evolve based on the information we choose to receive. Our ability to come together or veer apart is based on that sphere of influence, and that proverbial sphere is a globe now. The definition of a good leader includes time-proven qualities of good judgment, vision, knowledge, communication skills, ethics, and big-picture thinking. Decades ago, we might have also included flexibility among those skills, but not necessarily predominantly. Now, I believe good leaders must also possess attributes of current thinking, broad awareness, and flexibility. In short, they need to be information savvy. We must know and respect the shoulders on which we stand while keeping our eyes and ears open and selecting our information feeds wisely, while recognizing that there is so much more we do not know, and we must remain flexible. Our leaders must be willing to react, change, flow, and evolve while remaining true to the core tenets of their charge. Today, that is what we should be looking for in our leaders, and that is what we should look for in ourselves. Because like it or not, we are all following, we are all being followed, and we are all responsible for the choices that govern our globe. What kind of leader are you today? I'm Donna Blanchard with this ThinkTech commentary. We'll be right back to wrap up this week's edition of ThinkTech, but first, we want to thank our underwriters.
Castle & Cook Hawaii, 160 years of investing in Hawaii, creating communities, and providing for the needs of our state.
Collateral Analytics, a Hawaii-based tech company empowering the real estate industry to make better informed property investment decisions.
The Foreign Trade Zone, bringing the benefits of the Foreign Trade Zone program to Hawaii businesses and entrepreneurs.
Galen Ho, a senior executive of BAE Systems, a global defense, security, and aerospace company.
Hawaiian Electric Company and its affiliates Maui Electric and Hawaii Electric Light Company on Hawaii Island.
Hawaii Energy, your energy conservation and efficiency program, created to help Hawaii residents and businesses adopt a clean energy lifestyle.
The Hawaii Energy Policy Forum, incorporating diverse perspectives into the design of a forward-looking energy strategy for Hawaii.
Hawaii Gas, helping Hawaii achieve its transition to clean energy and a better energy future.
Hawaii Pacific Health, bringing technology and teamwork together to transform healthcare in Hawaii.
The High Tech Development Corporation, the state's leading technology agency.
The Scheidler Family Foundation, supporting many educational, cultural, and charitable organizations in Hawaii, including ThinkTech.
Okay, Jay, that wraps up this week's edition of ThinkTech. Remember, you can watch ThinkTech on OC16 several times every week. Can't get enough of it, just like Jay does. For additional times, check out oc16.tv.
Definitely, Donna. For lots more ThinkTech videos and for underwriting and sponsorship opportunities on ThinkTech on OC16, visit thinktechhawaii.com. Be a guest or a volunteer, or producer or an intern, and help us reach Hawaii.
I'm Donna Blanchard. Thanks so much for joining us on ThinkTech. You can watch this show throughout the week and tune in next Sunday evening for our next important weekly episode. Aloha, everyone.
I'm Jay Fidell. See you next time.